You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs. The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight. The money zone, together we'll achieve your goals, we're building wealth, you're not alone, so don't delay, get your money straight.
Hey guys, how are you? Welcome. It's your girl Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. I am so excited to be here with you guys on this Tuesday. Look, we're going right into the fall. So look, I'm like a summer baby, but a fall girl. I like my little blazers and stuff like that. I don't know about you ladies, but I like to whip out the blazers and the turtlenecks and everything. So look, we got an action-packed night. I've been noticing on the web that many of you are so confused about the payroll taxes and the responsibilities behind it, on whether or not you should take the payroll tax deferral. Like, you basically don't even know, girl, what's going on for real. Like, you heard through the grapevine that something is popping, and you can, have safe on some taxes and stuff like that, but you really don't know the gist. If that's you, or if that's your girlfriend or your fiance or something else, share them the video, guys. So just do me one favor while you're watching. Click the like button and share the video and let your girlfriends know, hey girl, she's talking about those payroll taxes that you were concerned about, right? So that's what we're talking about. Then we're going to veer into the responsibilities of the businesses. So guys, if you're a small business owner or an employee, so this live stream is for everybody, employees, 9-to-5ers, my business owners. Share this video because we're about to break down and dissect this Trump payroll tax deferral thing, okay? So do me one favor, share the video, and we're going to take a quick little break, grab your libations, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. So let me just pre-warn you guys, just in case. Look, now we are having a few bit of technical difficulties right now. So you may be listening to me, but you may not see me because I can see myself frozen. So I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're still going to try to rock it out, okay? So on August 8th, Donald Trump, your favorite 45, brought into law, well, basically made an executive order to allow employees to defer, which means to delay, okay? It doesn't cancel, okay? So deferring does not mean Trump is canceling your stuff now, okay? No. Defer means he is allowing you to delay part of your payroll taxes, right? So if you guys don't know this and you want to grab, okay, perfect. And you want to grab, if you don't know this, you want to grab yourself a pen and a paper. And I forgot to tell you guys that throughout the intro, and I need to start doing that. Grab yourself a pen and a paper. You want to take this note down. As an employee, okay, you pay 4 types of taxes, okay? 4 different types of taxes. You pay your federal withholding taxes, okay? Federal withholding. You pay Social Security. You pay Medicare taxes. And then if you are in a state that imposes taxes, you also pay your state withholding taxes. So that's 4 taxes. So Donald Trump is saying, hey, you guys, and because of COVID and because of what's happened, which is so contradictory to his responses in terms of the mask prevention and everything else, right? He's saying, hey, instead of paying those 4 taxes or 3 taxes, if you live in a state like Florida, right? Those 3 taxes, guess what? We're going to delay you having to pay your Social Security taxes, okay? So he did not say your federal, he did not say your Medicare, and he did not say anything about the states. The states are in control over their own scenarios and their own regulations in terms of states. Taxes, okay? So he said your Social Security. So what is your Social Security? Your Social Security tax is 6.2%. So let me pull out my calculator. Hopefully the kids didn't destroy it. So let's say, for example, you make $50,000, right? You will multiply that by 0.062. That means you will be paying $3,100 in Social Security taxes, okay? So Donald Trump says starting September 1st, which was 9 days, well, today's the 8th, 8 days ago, right? You have the opportunity to opt in, okay? If you are a government agency, if you work for the government, stuff like that, this is not for you. This is for all my private employers. Disclaimer, this is for all my private employers, right? So he basically said, okay, well, you can opt in. All right, so guys, I'm about to share my screen really quick, and I'm going to read you this article on Market Watch so we can familiarize ourselves with what's happening right now. So like I said, just bear with me, guys. If the internet. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to let you guys see his executive order. Let's go look at his executive order first. Okay, so his executive order on the Federal Register. Okay, it says defer, which you guys just learned means delay, not cancel. You know how you guys want to cancel everybody in 2020? No. It's deferred. They didn't cancel your payroll taxes. They just deferred it, okay? Delayed it. So it says deferring payroll tax obligations in light of the ongoing COVID-19 disaster. Memorandum for the Secretary of the Treasurer. By the authority vested in me as President by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered as follows. Section 1, policy, the 2019 novel coronavirus. They give you back, he's giving you back some details about how it was originated. Okay, we're going to skip that part. We're going to go right into Section 2. It says deferring certain payroll tax obligations. So they don't say all, they say certain. The Secretary of the Secretary of the Treasury is hereby directed to use his authority pursuant to 26 United States Code, okay, 7508A, to defer the withholding, deposit, and payment of the tax imposed by Section 26 of the United States Court. So the United States Code, 3101, and so much of the tax imposed as it attributable to the rate in effect under 26 USC on wages or compensation as applicable during the period of September 1, 2020 through December 31st, 2020, subject to the following conditions. The deferral shall be made available with respect to any employee, the amount of whose wages or compensations as applicable payable during any biweekly pay period generally is less than $4,000. So let's think about this. If you are getting paid biweekly, okay, and neither one of your checks, okay, had a gross, not a net, a gross, that means before taxes, okay, of $4,000, you don't qualify. Okay, so $4,001, you don't qualify. If you make less than $4,000 bi-weekly, okay, you qualify to have your payroll taxes deferred. So that came up to be around $104,000 a year. However, they're allowing you to monitor your income. So for example, let's say, for example, your first pay period in September, you made $4,500, right? Then that pay period disqualifies you from being able to keep your Social Security. But let's say the next pay period, you only make $3,000, then that pay period qualifies for the deferral of your Social Security taxes, okay? So it says the amounts are calculated on a pre-tax basis or the equivalent amount with respect to other pay periods. It says amounts deferred pursuant to the implementation of this memorandum shall be deferred without any penalties, interest, additional amounts, or additions to the taxes. So basically, as long as you start to pay your taxes back during the repayment time, then you won't incur any interest, penalties, or additional amounts due. Okay. So it says authorizing guide. The Secretary of the Treasury shall issue guidance to implement this memorandum. Okay. So tax forgiveness. The Secretary of State shall explore avenues, including legislations to eliminate the obligation to pay the taxes deferred pursuant to the implementation of this memorandum. So guys, there is no definitive agreement that by the time the repayment phase come in, which is January 1, 2021, right, that they would eliminate your obligation to pay the taxes. So just be well prepared to start to pay that money back. So I've been seeing a few people telling you guys ideas as to how to save the money and everything else and to accumulate some entrance on it and everything else. But I'm going to be really honest with you now. I have to give you guys a disclaimer. I am not a financial professional. But if you really look at the amount, it may not be that much. Now, let's put this in perspective. Many of you may be in better standing just paying it, so you won't end up hurting yourself financially next year. So like right now, nothing is promised, okay? They were saying that all of the PPP loans may be forgiven. They haven't come up with an agreement yet. The PPP loan already closed. They still haven't agreed on fully forgiving all of the loans. So that's you guys cannot bank on that. Like that's not certain, okay? But the only thing you can bank on is what you have right now and what you're working with. So if you don't have a budget right now, considering this 6.2% might be in your best favor. But before you go and do that, I advise each and every one of you guys to go and do a budget and figure out where your household money is going, where you're spending, where you can cut back on some things, or how would this 6.2% will be utilized. So let's say, for example, you make $2,000 every 2 weeks, right? So you make $2,000 every 2 weeks. So I'm going to multiply that by 2 months. By 2 for 1 month, right? So that gives you $4,000, right? You made $4,000 in September. So we're going to multiply that by 0.062, okay? So that's $248. Okay. So now let's say this happens September, October, November, and December, 4 months. So we're going to multiply the 248 by 4 months. That gives us $992. So why am I saying what's important about this $992? That amount is not that much to build a large entrance on, or to really take and flip or whatever. Like, it might be in your best interest if you mismanage your money well, if you don't have a budget, if you don't have your stuff in order, right? Like really managing your finances and being in control. It might be in your best interest to not partake in and opt out of the opportunity to defer your taxes, because it's only $248. Like, yes, that might do some families well. So I'm going to be honest. Some families, it might really help your family. And if that's you, I'm not, trying to say it's not a lot. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings or nothing like that. What I'm saying is, and I don't know if it's an easier way to say this, you're going to have less money in 2021 if they do not say that they're going to expunge or wipe out your obligation to pay it. And I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't think they're going to do that. The reason being is because if they were going to do that, then it should have been mandatory for everyone within that income bracket to do it. And then it will be equal. How would they now say, if you opt in, you can, save the 6.2%, but if you financially okay and you manage your money well, you still paying the 6.2%, and then they get it forgiven. So I don't think it's forgiven. Let's really be honest. I don't believe it's going to be forgiven. So in that particular case, if your family is already in a financial bind and you don't want to accumulate some debt, and so this is another reason why I'm concerned, is because I don't know how far and to what extent will they go to retrieve and retain that money back from you guys. So if they allow you to, well, let me give you guys some history, some background. So let me go to the Market Watch article, and then we're going to figure out a few requirements so we can kind of be on the same page, so you guys can see where the connection is coming from with me. Give me 1 second. So right now, I don't believe that they're going to remove the obligation repayment option. Okay, I think it's going to be effective that you guys are going to have to pay it back. I don't know what grounds they're going to take to get that money back from you guys. So based on this Market Watch article, says workers shouldn't be waiting for a windfall in their upcoming paychecks. Tax policy experts said Monday as they digested news of President Donald Trump's executive order deferring payroll taxes. The order might not bump up take-home money all that much per paycheck. I just said that. And that's assuming employers even pause the withholding from September 1st to the end of the year, as the order instructs. Okay? With stimulus talks stalling in Capitol Hill, Trump signed the executive order Saturday along with several memorandums to address last month's expiration of a supplemental $600 unemployment benefit, looming student loan bills, and a potential eviction crisis. When it came to the payroll taxes, Trump's order said this modest targeted action will put money directly in the pockets of American workers and generate additional incentives for work and employment right when the money is needed most. The order defers the employee's obligation to pay a 6.2% Social Security tax per paycheck. It applies to people who generally make less less than $4,000 every 2 weeks, which works out to an annual salary of $104,000. Okay, we talked about that. Guys, remember I told you, bear with us with the technical issues. Okay. All right, so we're going to skip the article. So basically, I'm skeptical about all of this, and here's the reason why. Yes, we need the money, but there could have been other alternatives to it. Social Security is already struggling, and we already have more and more people becoming disabled, more baby boomers coming out with lower retirement and lower annuities. So they're tapping into the Social Security, and without us contributing to the Social Security, are we able to take care of the individuals, the baby boomers, and so forth? So that's one of my concerns with that, is that could the economy sustain without us effectively putting into Social Security? So the article just came back up, guys. It said the article instructs the Treasury Department to look into how the government can forgive the deferred tax payment. For right now, at least observers say the tax obligation isn't being forgiven. Critics question the order's effectiveness and legality. Senator Ben Sasse, a Republican from Nebraska, called it unconstitutional slop. Trump, in response, criticized him. And yeah, okay. All right. So long story short, the $248 might help you, but in the long run, it might hurt many of you more. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, wow, burn wildfly. The reason why I say that is because the IRS have hired third-party creditors, credit agencies to contact you guys to collect their balances due. How are they going to try to get this money repaid? What if your employer is no longer around come next year when it's time for you to pay that money back? What will the IRS do? Will they start garnishing your wages from your new employer? Will they start sending you notices of payment requests? Like, I am really, honestly, so leery about how they're going to go about the collection phase of it. Yes, everyone can benefit from the additional $248 being in their account, but coming from a payroll provider, in my company, we provide payroll services. It is just very complicated. You guys should already see the updated 941 reports that we're working with, because they issued the employer's tax credit, which allowed the employers, which is you as the business owner, to delay your part of the taxes due, right? So they changed the forms in that case.